Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Today we are going to look at my budget, do a reflection on the week of April 14th, and take a look at what is coming up for April 21st, the week of April 21st. This should be a fairly quick video because I don't have much going on. What you're looking at now is the retrospective for the week of April 14th. There's really not much to say here other than I did a really good job of staying on budget, not eating out, and then doing some purchases for groceries. I do have one purchase that I do need to update in here before closing out this week, and that'll pretty much close out the week. I will say that this week is really sparse because that's just kind of how it's shaping up so far for the month of April. I have like one week that's really busy, then another week that's not. Coming off vacation though, this week, because I got back into town like Tuesday evening, and I was just so busy Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday that I didn't have time to go anywhere or do anything. I went right into a lot of meetings at work, and I just didn't have time. Just being honest with you, my brain was mush. And it was like Saturday before I even looked up and saw that I was still existing in this world. And that's just how it is sometimes when you come from vacation. Usually on vacation, what I like to do is have a day between the end of the vacation and I have to get right back into my normal things like work, and I just didn't have time to do that this time, and I really felt the difference. But all of my bills came out. I pretty much stuck to my meal plan. I did not stick to my no planning supplies, no buy. I haven't stuck to that, I want to say maybe any week this year. Oh, that's kind of sad. Okay, don't tell nobody I said that. But yeah, I did buy a few things, and that is the entry that I need to add to my expense tracker. So I didn't spend a lot though, but so on, I would say probably the 19th, I did make a really small purchase from Hobby Lobby, which is why I went ahead and bought what I bought, and I'll tell you what I bought in just a minute. But it was only $16.79. So let me just grab my calculator and get this updated, and that leaves $18.25. Okay, so I am absolutely loving the process that I'm currently using for my expense tracker and my digital cash envelopes. That seems like an oxymoron, but my digital envelope system. I'm really loving that because this week I made that one transfer into my variable account, and all of the expenses are calculated over here for anything that comes out of my digital envelopes. And so I'm not making all these extra expenses on the right, which I absolutely love. So if you're new to this video, or if you've not seen my videos before, the left side of my weekly tracker is my digital envelope tracker. And so in Q2, I started to make one deposit into those digital envelopes, which is just an account that's called variable funds that I have at my bank. And that's what I spend out of for the week. So if my variable fund balance comes up to $65 for that week, that's what I transfer. If it comes up to $80, that's what I transfer. If it comes up to $200, that's what I transfer. So it's the exact same as if I was putting that cash into a cash envelope. I'm just transferring it to a specific account. What it has allowed me to do is really focus on a certain amount of money per week for my variable funds, and so far it has worked. And then when I do make a purchase outside of those variable funds, it's so much easier to see that purchase and represent it, and see where I might be overspending or You know, maybe I bought something that wasn't unnecessary, or maybe it was necessary. I don't know. But it has really helped. So that's how this layout is structured. Now, I went ahead and added my Hobby Lobby, and I'm going to have to go ahead and use my whiteout because I did all that talking, and I did not make this purchase at Hobby Lobby. I made this purchase at Happy Planner, y'all. So let me adjust that. Okay, what I decided to buy at Happy Planner, I did buy the parenting layout planner from the spring 2025 release. I bought something else too. I bought the parenting layout planner, the parenting layout sticker book, and I bought something else because, and I bought the Cafe Core planner. So I bought 2 planners and a sticker book. And I already have plans for what I'm going to do with the planner. I am no longer buying planners just to buy them. I buy planners if I have a purpose for them. So the parenting layout, I am going to use that for my actual catch-all. Currently, what I'm calling my catch-all is really my work planner, and I love it. It is working beautifully. I'm not really going to make any changes to that, but it's truly not a catch-all. So I've been having these kind of gaps in my planning, and I identified those gaps before the Happy Planner release. So I knew I had to do something, and I've been doing that something for the past couple of weeks. So when I saw the parenting layout, I thought it would be perfect for my actual catch-all, for the way I use a catch-all. And so I'm super excited to get that one. The Cafe Core planner, honestly, I really loved the design and styling of that planner. I love the cover. I always like to get a little bit more for my money. So if the planner has deluxe rings, I'll often buy that planner versus another one. If it has a deluxe cover, I'll buy that planner versus another one, because it's kind of like getting a 2 for 1. So I really love that planner, and I really wanted that style and that, not necessarily the layout, but I just loved everything about that Cafe Core. The color scheme just really appealed to me. So I wanted to use it for my work planner, but I'm not changing my work planner. So what I decided to do is to use the cover for my work planner, and I'm going to use the guts for a project planner that I don't show much on this channel, but it's a project that runs from July to June each year, and so I always have a planner for that. And so the mid-year planners are perfect, so I have a use for it, and I knew that I wanted to go to a vertical when that when I've been using it for this year, and I've been using a horizontal. So I knew that I wanted to go to a vertical. And so when I saw the Cafe Core was a vertical, I thought, okay, great. That gives me a reason to buy this planner. I can use the cover on my work planner, and I can use the guts on my project planner. And so that way I have a use for both things that I bought. So I'm excited about that. That came up to be way more than $16, but I had a lot of credits on my Happy Planner account, and with a couple of discounts, and it came all the way down to like $16. So I had to buy it at that price, because that's like a rock bottom price to get 2 brand new planners and a sticker book. So yeah, that is what I did for the week of April 14th. Love how that's coming along. So let's take a look at this upcoming week, which is April 21st. I have everything set up already for the week. I have my variable funds budget already allocated. I just need to make that transfer into my variable funds account, which I am filming this on Sunday. So on Monday, I'll make that transfer. I am going to go ahead and do my highlighting for each of my categories. So I have my hobby category. It's pretty high for this week. It's $100. I don't think I'm going to need to spend $100, but I do have it that. I have entertainment at $0, grocery at $75, and then dining out at $20. I do have to go back into the office this week. So Usually I end up eating lunch out when I do that, so that's why I have that there. My personal is $25 and auto is $25. Since I work at home, I usually don't have a ton of auto expenses. It's basically gas, right? But I do want to wash my car, so this actually probably should be higher because I go to the car wash and it costs me about $12 to wash my car. So, and I also need to get gas. So this probably is going to end up being over just because I didn't budget well, but we will see how that goes. But anyway, so these are my digital envelopes for the week of April 21st. I will be transferring, it looks like 75, 100, 125, 145, $245 this week into my variable funds. I have the bills listed that I'm expecting to come out. I keep track of my bills on my budget over here and on my weekly cash flow. So the actual amounts this is where I keep track of that. So we're going into April 21st. Here I just have a quick synopsis so that I can just glance here quickly and know what to expect to come out of my accounts. And I just have some notes here about some savings challenges that I'm going to start in the next week, like going into May. So yeah, for April 21st, my no spend is no travel for this week. I thought about going to like Atlanta because I live in the South and I like to go to Atlanta to do book shopping and stuff, but I'm not going to do that. Hopefully, fingers crossed, at least not this week. So this is what it looks like for the upcoming week, guys. I'm super excited. It should be pretty busy this week. I have a lot going on. But yeah, so far, quarter two, some of the changes I've made have really made my budgeting process. In one way, it has made it a lot simpler. In another way, it's a little bit more complicated. So I'm still giving myself little notes each week to help me kind of balance the transfer of money. I still need to get used to moving money around like I am. So we'll see how it goes. But so far, I'm really enjoying it. Thank you guys for watching this video. It was a short one. I appreciate you taking the time. I encourage you to do your own budget your way. If you're interested in any of these inserts, they are linked down below. And yeah, happy planning for the week of April 21st. Thanks for watching.